Hi, this is Bob Buckley with True32 Corporation, and we are attempting to clarify the upgrade process for the 2005 Business Partner using Camtasia. This is an email you would have received from me if you're a Business Partner user, and we just want you to click on this download to download the file for the Business Partner. Um, you should get a window that says File Download. And give you the option of run, save, or cancel, and we want you to save that file. And then it's going to ask you where you want to save that file. In this case, we could save it either to the desktop or to My Downloads folder. In my case, I'm going to go ahead and save it to My Downloads folder. Save. And this is telling us that there's a file that already exists because I've already downloaded it once, and I'll say yes and allow this to download. This is a fairly large file, so on some of your computers it's going to take maybe even a half hour. On a fast download it's probably going to take 15 minutes to download. Once this file is completed downloading, then you could browse to the location that you saved it, either to the desktop and double click on it there. Since we saved it to our downloads folder, I'm going to browse to that folder. Anytime I open my computer window or Explorer window, I always click on the folders option to give me two panes. And then I'll go to My Documents, and then I'm going to go down to My Downloads, and this was a True32 Corporation download, but you can see how we broke this down to different areas to make it easy to find things. And this was a Business Partner download. And we're now ready to click on the file, the Install Business Partner 2005 version 7, R7. You see there's 3 of them here where we've used this folder several times. And this gives you the option to cancel or run. You want to choose run. And it will initialize the WISE installation. Here you can read through this information at the top about the installer. Choose the next button. This gives you a good breakdown of what we've changed in the program and the items that were added in the 2005 version. Then you choose the location for the program, and the default location will be your C drive, program files, and then the Business Partner folder. If you want to put it in another location, you could choose that there. Now it's going to download or actually install the program on the hard drive, and I'm going to pause this since it's going to take just a minute. Alright, it has now installed the program and is giving me the option to finish. And we can close that window down. Minimize our email client, and here we have a new icon on the desktop for the version 7 Business Partner. Business Partner is opening. And this is the part that gets a little trickier. We want each of you that are trying to bring your old data from your old version into this new version to choose the upgrade option. Anyone who just wants to set up their company information and add any new items for themselves and use the program as is, then go ahead and choose the setup option. But the majority of you are going to be using the upgrade option. We're giving you a second chance here, but we don't want to go to the setup once we've chosen the upgrade. We want to go to the continue on into that upgrade option. Now, if you've got an old version, a 2004 version of the Business Partner, at that point you'd need to exit out of here, go open that old version, and go to the maintenance menu as it's described here, and then go in and prepare the old data first. So go ahead and do that if you're using an older version, a 2004 version or older, 2003 or further back. Exit out and go into the old program, go to the maintenance screen, prepare old data, and let that process happen. Then it'll exit out of the program, and then you come back to here and go to the maintenance screen to get to the upgrade option. But we're going to go ahead and continue here, and this is where it gets a little tricky. If you were to set the path as is in this new version, because we had to change the name of the labor rates, it would be incorrect. So go to File Explorer or My Computer, either one. I like to choose the folders option so I can see the two panes. And go to your C drive, if that's where you have your old Business Partner program, and the program folders. That's where most everyone's Business Partner is if you took the default settings. Otherwise, you need to browse to it. So here's our old version, 2005 R1. I'm going to enter into that file folder, and then I've got a file that I'm looking for called laborrates.par. And what I need you to do is right-click on that file, say Rename, and then go up there and click right behind the R, or in front of the R, and back out that space. That's the issue we've got right now, is that space. It can't read a space. And then you can go ahead and exit out of there, come back to your Business Partner program and set your path. And it's going to give you a message here to browse to the location of where that program's at, your older copy of the Business Partner. So go browse to it. In this case, it's on the C drive, under Program Files, Business Partner R1. And it's asking me to double check my location, and that's good. And then I can say continue. And for the vast majority of you, we do not want you to include the jobs. If you do include jobs in this upgrade, and if you're using a very recent version of the 2005 version, this will work. But if we've added any new fields, it'll multiply any of your numbers by 0, and you'll get a bad cost. So we don't recommend you use bring the jobs forward. This is option here will bring everything but the jobs forward. So let's choose that option and say yes. And what this is asking you is it's going to clear out all of the data that we included with this version and bring your old data forward. Now your computer should be able to find the files and they're in the order of the buttons you see at the bottom of the screen. If for any reason it stalls here and does not find these files, then you can just browse to the older version of the Business Partner and go pick the file that it's looking for. So right now it says it's looking for the file named defaults, and if it finds it, it'll just go right through the whole process. If it does not, then you can just browse to that file and allow it to, and then click on it, and then it will move to the next, and it'll give you the name of the file it's looking for at the top of the screen as it's doing right now. And each time it does the import for a specific file, you'll see that it tells you that it found the file, that it got the file, and that it has been imported, and you'll see the green imported and the date that you imported it. And I wanted to go this far because I want you to see that it's going to miss the labor rates. We did correct the spelling, took out the space before we started, but it's still going to miss the labor rates because it's looking for a file that doesn't exist at this point. Once we get past this one version, it will get it correct from that point forward. So I'm going to pause this and let mine finish so you don't have to watch it do one file at a time, but I wanted you to see this, and then I'll show you when it's completed what to do to correct the labor rates not upgrading. Alright, we see a message here that says one or more of the files were not imported from your old information, and it's identified that it is the labor rates that did not import. Tells you down here you can call tech support, but in this case I'm going to show you how to fix that. So go to main menu and go to your cabinet setup and go to your labor rates and just go up to the tools, pull down, and the very last item is update labor rates, and it's going to ask you to find your labor rates in your old version, so say OK and browse to your old version. If you had already done that, you see here that it has already gone to it, but otherwise you need to browse to it, and then you just need to pick the labor rates, and that is the labor rates that we took the space out of. And now we see that everything's been imported except for jobs, rooms, and terms, and that's because we didn't choose to import the jobs. And that's all it is, and you're done.